another piece here today with a fun Halloween card. So to make this, I have some supplies from Stampendous, including stamps as well as adhesive from Tombow, and I'm using some Tombow colored pencils for this. So I stamped the pumpkin stamps from Stampendous all over a piece of cream colored cardstock, and then I used Colorbox archival dye ink for that because it dries really fast. And then I got my set of Tombow colored pencils, and I'm coloring in all of these pumpkins to create the background. Now to start, you're going to use the mid color. So here my mid color is this orange color, and I'm coloring it darker on one side and then shading it lighter to the other side. Next, I'm going to go in with my second color, which is the yellow, and color that dark on the opposite side and blend it in the middle. Now these colors are arranged in rainbow order in the tin that they come in, so you can just use the three colors next to each other. Now I got this orange-red color, and I'm using that to do the detail there on that top pumpkin before I go and start on the next pumpkin. Now I have a pumpkin that's weird in the middle. I'm going to use that crepe paper rosette to cover that up. And then if you make any mistakes, you'll see that I go in here with the Tombow sand eraser periodically and clean up any mistakes where I've colored over the edge. So you're going to want to keep filling everything in. And then also Tombow has some pencil sharpeners, so you'll want to keep a pencil sharpener safe so that you can periodically sharpen your pencils so that they can color and you can get those details a lot better. They seem to work better for me if I have a little bit of a finer point. Now this is the same type of lead that comes in the Tombow rosette pencils, but the difference is that the barrel of these is recycled wood. So it's actually wood left over from when they make the rosette pencils, and you can see that the wood is pieces joined together, and the barrel is not lacquered. So it's not as comfortable when you're doing long-term coloring as the rosette pencils because those are lacquered, but they work really nice and they're actually pretty to look at. I like that they come in this nice case where you can keep them organized. So I'm just going to continue coloring until all of my pumpkins are filled in. And again, because I'm going to use a crepe paper rosette in the center, I don't have to color the pumpkins that are in the very center of the card. Now this is time consuming. It took me about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to do this whole background. So it can be tedious, definitely something to do in front of the TV. I did this while I was on Periscope. I actually did part of this, and then the other part of it that I did was when the guys were here installing my kitchen counters, because I couldn't really do anything else and it had to be here. So I just did most of this color while they were installing counters in the other room. And I'll have some blog posts coming up about my whole kitchen remodel project soon. Now I stamped a couple extra pumpkins, and I like to stamp a couple extra just in case when I color in the first one it doesn't look the way I wanted it to, but this one came out really well. So again, I went in with the middle color, which was the orange, then the lighter color, which was the yellow, filled in all those pieces, and then I used the darker orange red color to give some more shadow and blending. Next, I'm going to use a die that comes with this Stampendous set, or actually matches it, and run that through the Sizzix Big Shot machine with the expansion plate so that I can go ahead and cut this out. And I found that coloring over the black stamped lines with the colored pencil dulls them a little, so I got a Mono Twin permanent black marker, also from Tombow, and just kind of outlined all the stamped lines to make them look a little bolder and to pop more. Next, I used some Tombow Extreme tabs to adhere this little pumpkin head to the middle of the rosette, and then to adhere the rosette to the card. These give some nice dimension, and they work really well. They are great glue. After that, I decided that my pumpkin head needed to have a hat, so this witch hat stamp comes in the set. And again, I started with my light color. This is two-tone coloring. I started with my light purple, colored everything in, then I used the darker purple to shade, and then I went back over with the light purple to give it some more dimension. Once that was all done, I ran it through the Sizzix Big Shot again with the die that coordinates with the stamp, and I use a piece of tape to hold the die in place over my stamped image so it'll cut out nice. It's also nice that the die also cuts out that little line in the middle of the hat so you can slip it over the top of the pumpkin head. Again, I outlined everything with a Mono Twin marker and then added it onto my pumpkin head. I needed to peel everything off a little bit so that I could fit that on there after the fact, and then I realized that I didn't color the background of the card all the way, so I had to peel off the rosette and color in again. So here is some more two-tone coloring. These are the same colors that I used on the witch hat. I went in with the light purple and colored it in, and then like kind of where I wanted it purple. Then I went in with the darker purple and started coloring from one side, shading, going from dark and then shading to lighter and lighter. Then I went back over everything with that first lighter color of purple and then started blending that more towards the middle. So I'm going kind of doing an ombre effect with the dark purple, then the lighter purple, and then next is going to be the darker green. I use this dark green and a lime green on the witch hat. And I'm not being so careful with that middle pumpkin because I'm adding the rosette over the middle there. So here I'm adding the lime green and again shading over the top of the darker green. You can see there I got some green on one of my pumpkins, so I used that sand eraser to erase that and then highlighted that again with some of the orange that was in there. Added my rosette again, tied a cute little bow, and these Tombow Extreme tabs are really cool, but they're big, so you can cut them in half with a pair of Westcott scissors and make it be like a half of a square, and that works really great for ribbon. Stampendous has these really tiny sparkly dot stickers, and I used a pin, like a stick pin, to pick them up off of the sheet and then add them to my background. And I also used some of their really fun glitter with this Tombow glue pen to add glitter accents to the hat of the pumpkin as well as to the pumpkin face. And so basically everywhere where you write with the glitter pen, it will be sticky and you can sprinkle the glitter on. It does work great if you work a little bit faster, so you want to do the glue pen and then go ahead and put your glitter on right away. So there you have it, a fun, really cool card, and I hope that you learned a little bit about coloring with colored pencils.
Hey, thanks so much for watching my tutorial today on how to make this card and how to do shading with colored pencils. Please click the subscribe button here at the end, and in these boxes there'll be some videos that are playing that you can click on those as well to see other tutorials. Thanks so much. Bye!